Huh. I don't give a fuck, Mossy.
Let's go, Kamalei.
You want to hear it? You want actually the...
Yeah, I'll put this out.
No, it don't matter.
Okay.
No, that don't fucking matter. It's for you.
Okay, thank you. Fuck, if I knew I was going to be on camera, I would have
Yeah.
fucking wore a better face today.
Fuck faces. So we're here with Ryan Moss on the official first, I don't know what would we call this? It's not going to be a podcast, is when you listen to a podcast, right? So what would this be considered if I'm putting it on YouTube?
That's a good question.
It's not a vlog,
No, I mean, kind of, if you kept doing it.
yeah.
But sit down interview.
Okay, so this is the first. Anyway, we're here with Ryan Moss. I pulled a sneaky one on him. He actually came here to interview me, and
Here I am on the hot seat.
right. So I thought he's got a lot of information, and he'd be a great person to rip this off with. So we'll start with I'm Kamalei Alexander. Give us your name, where you're from, how old you are.
I'm Ryan Moss. I'm originally from San Jose, California, and I now live here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I am 35 years old.
Sick. How long in Hawaii?
Officially since 2013, but
Full time off.
Yeah, full time. But ever since I went to college in '02 here, and then
Finished college here.
Yeah.
Started, finished.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
for what?
Marine bio.
Wow.
Yeah. Go figure.
What you ever use that shit?
No.
At all.
At all.
Trippy out.
I just learned it, honestly, Professor. Sorry, I just learned it for the test.
So I guess if you guys don't know, Ryan is he's a really fucking good videographer. Is that your title? Give us your title.
Director, photographer.
Director?
Yeah.
Whose shit you direct? Your own shit. Like.
Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah.
Producer then.
I've produced. I've actually held every role possible.
Right. Wow. So jack of all trades, huh?
Yeah, you have to be these days.
All right. Adapt or get slapped. That's like
yeah, pretty much.
So you didn't go to film. You didn't go to school for film or nothing. None of that shit.
I just learned from a friend back in. Actually, it was my last.
Learn film.
Yeah, kind of. He was going. My good friend Ricky Lesser was going to Brooks, and
where's he at now?
He's in California.
Huh.
He went to HBU. We met actually through a mutual friend that was from Kauai, at a house party. And
where?
Then,
Oahu.
Oahu, yeah. And then we became good friends, and he had this little point and shoot camera, and we had
film, digital.
I think it was digital. I can't remember, but it was an old school point and shoot camera. Actually, it was digital because we shot video on it, and it had a little plastic dry bag type thing, and we took it out to Irma's, and that's when I fell in love with it.
Wait, so you got to a question I wanted to ask. So that kind of organic meeting with this guy's or moment with this guy's camera led to your infatuation with videography and shit.
Well, yeah,
more or less.
Yeah, I mean,
or no, what?
You probably rode waves and grew up as a kid and always saw these cool little visions. And I just remember being in Santa Cruz and getting barreled on a bodyboard and seeing these crazy sunsets and these colors, and they were so special to me. And I always wanted to share them with other people. I'd be like, oh, how sick would that be if I had a camera, or your eyes could record everything you see. And so that's kind of where it started. And then watching.
How old again?
That was I was
teens.
Probably, younger.
Younger.
Yeah. I pretty much grew up. I mean, even though I was inland, my dad surfed, and so he got us into the ocean. And he was a firefighter, so every day he had off, we pretty much go to the beach.
With that bag.
Oh no! That bag housing was way later. But that's my infatuation started when I was a kid,
with the colors and shit.
Yeah, the colors and stuff. And I think most people, when GoPros came out, it was the best thing ever.
Fuck, pretty early on.
Yeah.
Do you use GoPro?
Yeah. I use GoPros. There's no camera your best camera is the one you have. But yeah, so it started when I was a kid, and then could never really ever capture that because the technology wasn't there, and cameras back then were super expensive. Water housings were not even a thing at that point. And so when that bag and that little point and shoot came, we went to Irma's and then Sandy's that day. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh my god, this is rad.
Which it was.
Yeah, it was pretty much revolutionary for me. I'm like, oh my god, I want to do this now, kind of for fun, whatever. Because I already could swim, and I wasn't getting crazy waves at pipe. I was getting okay ones.
Videoing?
Bodyboarding.
When you mean waves at pipe, you mean for fun, for your own
Yeah,
pleasure.
for own
bodyboarding.
Like, yeah, just bodyboarding. And, like I was super into that. Like you guys were, I think, were at your peak at that point, getting like just psycho ones. I remember.
He
seeing
just
those.
told me when I peaked, you guys.
No. I mean, you know, but like
I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah. But it was like the Wolfpack era, you know, like that whole entire area.
That's what you meant.
Yeah, and like
that moment was peaking.
Yeah, and it was just gnarly to get a wave out there. Not like, I mean, it's still gnarly to get a wave out there.
No, it isn't. It isn't like you speak of. It's easier to get a wave now.
Yeah, it's more chaotic, I think. Back then there was like more, you know, regulations, and you just kind of like didn't.
Different type of chaos.
Yeah, you didn't fuck around though. Like you knew where your place in the order was.
Fast forward now.
Okay, yeah. So fast forward all that.
No, I'm going to interrupt.
Yeah.
But fast forward now, you get paid to do this.
Right.
Do you have sponsors that pay you?
No, not currently at the moment.
Have you ever?
No.
So all your income is from stuff you make, or people hire you out?
I take it back. I had a contract, or a couple contracts that were like year long.
With sponsors?
Kinda. It was like with a creative agency, but basically I did work for them. But
and they would pay a salary?
Yeah. It was like a little retainer. I wasn't like super, you know, obligated to them, but it just kept me.
But as of now, you get paid to
freelance.
Yep. And who's been some of your bigger, how would you say,
clients? Red Bull Surfing was a huge one last year. Thank you guys.
Was it just 1 year that they went hard with you? Like, have you not been with them for a while? It was just last year.
It was I mean, I did projects here and there with them, but last year was like they really like
invested in you.
Yeah. So that was cool. Thank you guys.
Who were you shooting?
Everyone. It was just I was basically getting paid to like go cover swells. So I covered 3 swells in Tahiti, or like 3 edits from that, a Jaws swell.
Right. So
a couple pipe swells.
Interrupt on that.
Yeah.
Interrupt on that. Ryan was he had almost he's visa to travel. Long story short, he left Tahiti, and this is all on his Instagram. Obviously, you guys follow him. Maybe you don't. What is your Insta?
It's just super boring. Ryan.Moss.
He came home back to Hawaii as to make sure that if there was a mega swell in Tahiti, he could go back. Meaning, he what did it have to do with your visa?
Yeah, you only have 3 months there.
And so, but try elaborate on what I'm trying to say.
So yeah, the waves were so good in Tahiti this year. I didn't want to leave, and I had an obligation. Not an obligation. I volunteered to do it, but there was a video or filmmaker, upcoming influencer, quote unquote, panel I agreed to be on, and I missed the year before for Kuloa Ranch. They were just like promoting younger, up and coming. And I felt really old up there. Everyone was like 21.
Where's there? Tahiti?
No, I felt really old at the panel.
Yeah.
Everyone was like 21, and I was 35 way over the hill. And then there was like Etienne, who's aged really well for how old he seems.
Yeah, physically, but I don't know about mentally.
Exactly. So, I basically was down there for 2 months and 3 weeks. Scoring, and there was so many undercalled swells, and it was ridiculous. I wish I would have saw you down there or someone else down there. Like more people. It was pretty much as underground as it gets. I think because it was so bust the years before, and I had exactly 1 week left of my visa before they deported me.
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week, and then that ended up paying off.
Squeezing the bag out.
Yeah, for sure.
So it paid off. You came home, waited, and then went back, and what? It was the Koa Rockman.
Yeah, 1 wave swell. That swell.
What do you mean 1 wave?
Well, I mean that was like the best wave.
Oh wait, you shot that wave
of Koa.
Wait, you got the clip, huh?
The
Koa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nate had such a psycho one that we were just like a day late buck short on.
What do you mean?
Nate got that one that was like he pulled in, didn't make it.
The bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, the bomb. And we were pulling up, and my red camera was like turning on as he was like starting to paddle for that wave. And
what? It takes a sec for the red to turn on.
Yeah, it takes like 30 seconds to a minute
to turn on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you guys out there, if you're just starting to work with reds, they are a pain in the ass to work with.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about that. I mean, this has to do with the red. I don't know. I'm on that point in my life where I like to build everything myself and
right.
and save money if I can.
Right.
seems like the red is on the other end of that stick, huh? Like, am I going anywhere? It just trips me out. The quality,
right?
The cost,
right?
And the hype,
right? To touch on the height, if you're doing everyday vlogs and not working for big, like, commercial jobs or anything like that, and you're not renting it out to clients, it doesn't make sense.
You rent out your red?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
To pay it off?
Just in general.
Just to make money?
Yeah, because like,
it's
so if you're outside the surf world, right?
Right.
And you guys who are coming up as surf filmmakers or whatever in this age, if that's even still a thing anymore, it seems like it's like pretty much gone. But companies like Billabong, Quicksilver, surf companies, I'll go more general. I don't want to call out anyone in particular. But yeah, like surf companies expect this high quality $60,000 camera just to be put on, in front of them and use with, and
for Instagram? No.
For Instagram, for whatever, and they don't necessarily want to pay for it. Like, you guys need to wise up out there. Like, it doesn't make sense to, like, say, Mom, Dad, I want to, like, go...
I want a Ferrari.
$50,000 in debt when I could put it on a house or something and make money back. And, like, get paid $100 a day. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
It's like renting a Ferrari Uber.
Yeah.
But paying VW Uber prices.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I want to go to Miami in a Ferrari, but can I pay you $2?
Right. And so what you also don't understand is, like, with a red, because of the fans and the way the cooling system works and everything, there's wear and tear. So if you're out on the beach every day and you're not making money on those, the footage you're shooting
every second,
every minute, whatever you want to,
every day, every second the camera's on.
Yeah, you're basically killing your investment, and you're gonna be left high and dry and with debt. There's a lot of guys who were, doing that and still paying off their reds. I was very fortunate to have a bunch of jobs that allowed me to pay it off and upgrade,
like
really quickly.
Like one of the, how would I say, you're one of the few.
Probably. I mean, there's probably guys. There's a lot.
Well, but in reality, you're one of the few that is not in debt through that process you just spoke of.
Yeah, or like set back. I mean, I know a lot of guys who just bought it and sold it.
Set back is debt. Same fucking thing.
Yeah. Or just like didn't get ahead.
But so back to what you're saying, that you were actually just kind of calling out the industry per se.
Oh yeah, they don't invest. Like, the industry is, I mean, it was fucked when I first came in because photographers were valued way more than filmers. That's not going to
change.
Yeah, but photographers. So I gotta keep PC though, unfortunately.
Say what?
You gotta keep PC though, unfortunately.
Keep what? Peace?
PC, politically correct.
Oh my god, PC.
I'm recording.
Is it?
Yeah. We're at 9:05.
You fucking got it. Okay, should I say something?
Hi. How's it going? Okay, we have until about 9:24.
Okay. So we some little technical difficulties, but I think we got lucky. Anyway, we kind of just were touching on the red camera, and like, fucking, it's kind of gnarly. Like, it's playing more of a role in everyone's life than we think, like, it's like a John coming on the scene and getting $3.5 million contract. I don't know if that where I'm going makes any sense, but it kind of does, because you said how it became an industry standard, and all the while the standard of the industry was to not underpay people, but get things as cheap as they could. Right. So, I mean, I'll let you finish on that little red.
So, I mean, if you look at everyone's output today, right? Like, I can understand if you want to invest in a red production for like a movie.
You want red content.
Yeah,
you want
for like
red
a movie.
content. Yeah.
For a movie.
What kind of movie?
Like a full think Free Solo documentary,
or like
IMAX.
Wait, no, we're not climbers. But what's John's movie? Into a new, what's the blue?
Even that,
that was reaching? No.
I mean, I think the red's really cool because you have higher frame rates for the most part. Or I think that's its best asset, or coloring as far as the color profile.
Mm-hmm.
But if a camera, like a DSLR came out with the color, profile of a red and the same frame rates, I would buy that in a heartbeat because everyone's watching it on this. And so you don't need an 8K resolution image for this at all. So Red Bull standards are 1920 by 1080. If you look at everybody broadcasting, I don't even think
1920 by 1080?
Yeah, that's what my deliverables are for Red Bull.
That's what that is. The only reason I would kind of get that is because of my GoPro experience and shooting, what is it? I'm at 960 120.
Right.
And again, I'm not super aware of what that does, but I know for me, it's easy. It's the easiest thing to upload and download and get on Instagram.
Right.
Because when I shot at those, what was that? Is that bad? Fuck, we'll get this shit out.
Obviously it's gonna be background noise.
Trey talk.
Yo, hit play. Stop recording really quick.
Don't upsell me too hard. We got a bunch of footage without it. Just joking. Hello? Yo. Yeah, real? Good. Going on the end again, yeah? Fuck, looks fun. How big? No. Well. Oh. Fuck, I'm doing a little interview at my house. How long are you going to take that a lot? You out there for a sec? Fuck, okay, I'm going to try to wrap this up. We'll see how the next day. Oh, Wassel's claiming it's 8 foot on the corner.
Is it?
Yeah. What? Okay, let's try and get the nuts here. Or video. Okay, we're good.
We're gonna go surf. We can do this.
No,
later
fuck
today.
no. We're good.
Okay.
We're gonna do all of it. All right, we're skipping around, but we're getting shit done. Let's see.
Is it on record?
It is.
Okay.
All right. So, what kind of coffee do you make in the morning? What's your coffee consist of?
My coffee right now is what is that? Like Green Farms, Green World Farms
What is
coffee.
that?
It's the one in Wahiwa.
Wait, that's where the coffee's from.
Yeah, that's where the coffee's from. The Peaberry coffee, and then
Peaberry?
the Laird Cacao Superfood.
Well, so you're a coffee guy then? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so and the Laird Cacao Superfood, you blend that?
Yeah.
By hand, or you got the
No, I just stir it in. And then sometimes I'll put the instant fuel in there with the cacao.
The green bag.
Yeah, the green bag that already has coffee in it for an extra kick.
Oh, wow. What, do you think it's bad or what? Fuck it,
Yeah.
Wait, can you hear this, but?
You should be able to.
Okay.
As long as you talk directly in the mic.
Okay. Have you tried his, what's the coffee the fucking Laird makes, the extra strength shit?
I have not.
Fucking shit's, I don't like it.
Right.
It's that fucking strong.
Right.
So, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's just too strong. It's like, I like strong, but I feel like it was like, you felt your fucking heart start to like palpitate and shit, but, what about Laird? You ever meet him?
I have not met him.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised. I just think like for I don't know. You might like the guy. Is the weird part.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because I never liked him, but now I do.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of guy. I don't know. I think maybe I'm in the same boat too. As far as when you first meet me, you probably won't like me. You know.
Right.
And I'm not. I know I'm not as much of a dick as Laird. I'm a dick, but Laird's on another level, right?
Right.
But back to my point is like.
But it comes to honesty, like you're
Right.
blunt.
Right.
And people hate me because I'm blunt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's cool. But
And actually, your brother and I had a misunderstanding, and Macaulay saved me.
when?
When I was working for Reef after my brother passed away.
What happened to your brother?
He overdosed.
On what?
Heroin. No, it was methadone, something else, and something else. I think it was the same concoction.
So the methadone, they break it down and shoot it, huh?
Oh, I think it was just slamming pills. Like he just like fell asleep in the shower and
Drown, die.
yeah.
Wow. So you ever fuck with pills or any of that shit?
No.
No, of course not. And older brother?
Younger.
Younger brother?
Yeah.
Wow. Any other siblings?
That was it.
Wow. How long ago was this?
05.
Oh.
05 and 06 like were a rough year.
But growing year.
Yeah, a lot of growing, a lot of
With death comes life.
yeah. I was in a weird place for a while. I like kind of just shut
Because of
everyone
that?
up. Yeah. I was like, it was just like the most. I was over here actually. Just shot a friend's wedding. Was gonna go to
Having fun.
Having fun. It was right before his 30th birthday. I was gonna stay. I was staying next week to train for the pull-out traverse again.
But he's been on dope for a while.
Yeah, he was like on it for like a couple of years. Pretty sure. And I got the call. I thought it was my grandma who passed away. I'm like, okay, like whatever. And then obviously you found out it's your brother, and it was just it was a pretty big mind fuck for a long time. I like already committed to a job for Reef on the North Shore.
Which you ended up going and doing.
Yeah, I did it just because I wanted to keep my mind going and like not think about it, and kind of just avoided it for a long time. And then, yeah, that's when
the Kamalei incident.
Yeah, the Kamalei incident happened.
Let's hear it.
So I was at the Quick House with Reef, and I was shooting a pipe swell, and Eddie and Kamalei were, talking, and just sounded pretty heated over some surf stuff and the politics and stuff. And I know Eddie, I respect Eddie. Kamalei, if you're watching this, I respect you too. And you're just so intimidated because, I came, I started bodyboarding pipe during the Wolfpack era, and that whole entire thing, and I, and it's just not one of those things you really like do.
Well, but I think me being one of them, kind of know how we're intimidating, and that we have to know that. It's like you gotta be aware of how the persona you put on.
Right. And I mean, like, I had nothing against them. Like, I still have nothing against anyone. I probably deserved it. And being here and growing up, not growing up here, but spending like a lot of my younger adulthood here, to say hello, to introduce yourself.
Right.
And so they were having this conversation, and I think Reef just pulled out of the Hawaiian Pro, and so they're talking, whatever, and they were getting pretty excited. And I didn't really say hi to anyone because I was just trying to mind my own business and stay out of it.
Totally.
But I kept looking back because it was like one of those things you just can't not acknowledge what's going on around you. And so he thought I was like just giving him this weird look. And I mean, people tell me I look like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter or something. I don't know.
I get the same fucking thing. Yeah.
So yeah.
Fuck you guys.
So anyway, that whole entire happened. Eddie ended up saying hi to me because I think he just like saw me there, and I was like, "Hi, how's it going?" And I didn't really say hi to your brother. And I just kind of skedaddled out, did mind my own business, and then it was like almost a month later, and he came to the Reef House, and Macaulay Jones was there. Thank God, I'm good friends with Macaulay.
But he came there looking for you? No.
He just came there, and he saw me there, and I was filming. And I'm about to say hi to your brother, and then he just like laid into me about being
not saying hi.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it was the moment that you don't ever want to have if you're, anywhere in the surf industry on the North Shore. This guy's here.
Oh, sick.
So, man.
Hi, buddy.
Kamalei. Jake.
Pleasure.
Nice
Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
Nice to meet you.
All right. So,
hold on, let me make sure you're in frame.
Check.
It's all good. Lock this off really quick. Okay.
So what about yesterday? I'm going to let Ryan get back into what he wants to say later, but I needed to add that I was little butt hurt, right? Put out this Instagram's basically pounding my chest and telling the world how cool I think I am and whatnot. But eventually I deleted the post. I felt like I was kind of a little braggadocious.
Yeah.
But you saw that?
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
My Instagram is so weird. I see like I have friends that actually
how many people you follow?
only like 600,
Cool.
if that.
No, so let me finish. But that's funny you say that, right? Because I almost felt like, so Ryan reached out to me yesterday, and it was after I put this message on Instagram, and that's why I had to ask. Is I almost felt like he saw that and was like, "Oh, okay, I'll contact him." So he didn't see it, which is even better. So back to the story, the Kamalei story. I'll let him finish.
So yeah, like in that moment, I was obviously.
What moment? Where are we again?
Where like
Pipe
back where
house?
Kamalei.
Oh, we're at the Reef House now.
Yeah, we're at the Reef House. Obviously, in that moment, like I was like, oh my god, this is the last thing you ever want. I somehow avoided it for 33 odd years at that point.
That long?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the moment? I get it again.
Yeah, just like never like having issues with anyone on the North Shore. Like always like staying on the radar, kind of doing my own thing, and like never once like had like any type of
confrontation.
Confrontation, and you know, like I mean, I'm not one to back down from it, but at that moment, I'm just like, I don't, you know, like just lost my brother, don't want to like do this, and I knew like I was in the wrong no matter what, because you never go into somebody like, even though I think I like have lived here long enough, I really didn't grow up here, so it's like it's still like not really my like home turf, you know, and so like I knew in that moment I was like wrong, and I'm just like, oh, can this thing get resolved? And it did. Your brother was super cool. He didn't
at the Reef House.
Yeah, he didn't give me lickings. He just, you know, scolded me. Kamalei, thank you for being the person in between, the middleman, if you will. And you know,
MJ's a legend.
Yeah, it was a good learning lesson. It like, you know,
character building. Huh?
Character building for sure. I mean, I have a lot of respect for, you know, you guys and your brother and everyone, and you know, back then I probably was like, fuck, like why is this happening to me? Like this is fucked. Like
in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment you're like, oh. But and there's days like I was like, oh dude, this whole entire like regulatory, like regulating the lineup thing like sucks. But now that I've lived through that and what it is now, I'd much rather go back to those days.
Trippy,
where like
right?
it was like super regulated, but you knew where your place was, and like no one acted up, no one got out of line. There was, you know, a lot less disrespect. There was a lot less
you know what the word
chaos.
is? The word is accountability.
Yes. There's a lot more accountability for your
words
actions.
that round out a feeling or everything. Yeah, and I think that's where you're getting at, is that people were more accountable for their actions.
Right. For sure.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Industry and athlete.
Yeah, for sure. And so, I mean, it was like, oh, it was like the biggest, yeah. It was
Teacher.
Yeah, I mean, it was a super good like lesson. I've always been introduced myself, but I forgot about it, you know, kind of, and I thought I could just avoid it. But like, you realize, like, even though I think I'm nobody, or thought I was nobody at the Quick House, like in that moment, because there's all these other, you know, bigger personas around me, like my presence was still felt, and I got to be aware of like my surroundings and like, you know, being respectful to everyone who is there. I probably should have been
accountable for your actions.
Yeah, exactly. And like not saying hi
but
is disrespectful.
To interrupt, and I'm going to add to what you just said. What you said, the biggest part of what you said is that we all have a purpose, but beside that, more so, it's we all have, you know, feelings. And but the point is, what you were trying to say is you felt you were insignificant, but we're not. None of us are insignificant.
Oh yeah, nothing goes unnoticed these days.
Well, but my point is, like, you know, amongst all these legends, you're still noticed. So you know, you might think you're being unnoticed, but everyone is.
Oh yeah, you think you're going under the radar, but you're
Right.
totally not. You're totally not.
Well, so I'm definitely gonna get a couple more questions out of you.
But one of my favorite portraits was of your brother at the Cal.
Of you? That you took?
Yeah,
No.
I took of him.
Well, which one?
It was a black and white photo. I have it on my website.
So while you're looking for that, Ryan's a fucking gnarly adventurist. He likes to walk in the mountains. You can see that on his Instagram, but he claims he's fucking scared of heights and all this bullshit. Is that true at all?
Oh.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit because
No,
you're hiking.
terrified.
That doesn't make any sense.
It
Like, are you playing it down? What the fuck is it?
Here's the portrait.
Wow.
Still to this day, like I was psyched I got this.
Would you Nikon or what?
Yeah.
Are you all Nikon still? Have you been? How long have you been Nikon?
Since 2014.
Do they sponsor you?
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What is that? Your website?
Yeah.
What's the website?
RyanCMoss.com.
Ryan C. Moss.
Yep.
As in like C. Moss playing off of that?
Oh, my middle name's Christopher.
Oh.
And the Brian Moss was already taken. I was one of Mike Ho
Sick.
at the ceremony.
Oh, I got some sneaky Mike Ho shots too, man.
Yeah. This day at PBS was sick. It was like
Fuck,
4 feet.
how was
but,
this
like,
year? Yeah? Looked like it got a couple days, huh?
That wasn't this year. This was a long.
No,
that
this
was-
year. But
Yeah,
did you see?
yeah, I saw. It's like Tahiti.
So well, we got to still cover a couple more things.
Yep.
So who's your favorite? I mean, not favorite, but like, who do you psych on behind the lens? Who's shooting stuff that you psych on right now?
Like, who are my favorite
It doesn't-
photographers
yeah.
or filmmakers?
Yeah, I mean, definitely not surf industry particular.
I mean, I think Free Solo is one of the best films I've seen.
Free
And,
Solo, you keep mentioning this.
Yeah, that movie was insane.
This is a mountain climbing without.
Yeah, so free soloing, I mean, there's different types of climbing. There's, what most people do in gyms or outdoor recreationally is top roping, where the rope's above your climb. It's on an safety anchor, and if you fall, like, it's completely safe,
Mm-hmm.
And then there's sport climbing or free climbing, where you're clipping in to anchors as you go.
Mm-hmm.
To take it a step further on the crazy spectrum, there's trad climbing, which before they had these drills and bolts and all this stuff, they would just pound these
wedges.
Wedge equipment into the cracks in the rock, and it's not always guaranteed that that's gonna stay.
So the one where you clip as you go, those are secured.
Yes, in theory. Whoever
but that's not a wedge that we're talking about.
No, that's a wedge. It's
That's
actually
a
drilled
secured,
in, cemented,
yeah.
rubber cemented or whatever, cemented into the rock. And so
It's-
they're pretty safe for
So
the most
back
part.
to
And then there's trad climbing where you place the gear as you go, and if
With
you
the
fall,
wedge, with
with
the
the
wedge.
wedge or whatever. And if you fall, hopefully your gear placement is good enough that it could pop. And then there's free soloing where you're completely free, you have no partner, and you are just climbing. If you fall, you die or get hurt. So yeah, it's crazy.
Trust me, I don't like to just react. Like, I want to give you my real reaction.
Yeah.
It's the real reaction I had to these photos or you talk story about guys free soloing. Is that the word? Free
Yeah.
solo. Fuck. I mean, for instance, I'll backpedal a little, but the photos of I'm pretty sure Malloy was in one of them, and I know there's been a lot of these photos, but where you got they're in the sleeping thing.
Oh, the tent. What do you call it?
Hammock?
Yeah, the
But on
portaledge.
On the fucking...
Yeah, the portaledge.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would freak me out
That
too.
makes me feel really fucking odd. And and it kind of leads me to kind of question, how fucking gnarly humans are. Like, we're one of the, I don't know, let's say bad. But these photos and these moments of these guys doing this really gives me the exact opposite feeling of how bad humans are. The fact that they go and climb without, just basically if I die, I die. And I'm not going to go take people's money, It's like they're going to go climbing. It just seems super fucking pure.
But in a lot of ways, that's what big wave surfing is. It's very it has a lot of parallels.
Mm-hmm.
The big wave tour guys aren't
Climbing mountains on the ocean.
Yeah, they're not making a ton of money. Your as a safety is inflatable vest, which got developed. Their safety is ropes. It's going to minimize the risk. You have a safety system in place. They have their own, safety systems in place, and so, I mean, free soloing.
And there's a lot of unseen.
Yeah, but also you got to think they can rehearse the moves. That's not going to change. That wall or whatever is not.
They can go make that wall and replicate it for need I say it, which we're doing now.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you guys training, that's replicating it, right? But that's us now making wave pools to replicate the ocean.
Imagine free solo is taking big wave surfing today and how far you guys have progressive sport,
Mm-hmm.
and no inflation. Like going to go surf Nazare with no inflation.
Mm-hmm.
You would think the guy's
That's
psycho.
free soloing.
That would be the equivalent of surfing's free solo.
Mm-hmm.
Like on
Which
the
is
biggest
still
day.
not happening.
Yeah. But I mean,
It's
why
not-
would you?
It's not gonna happen. No.
Why would you though?
Right.
And that's like for a very specific, person. But there's so many variables in the ocean that there aren't on a. I mean, there kind of are, but it's very limited. It's not in the same. It's not in the same
They're
realm.
as similar as it can kind of get for the parallels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Land, sea, they're exact opposite, but they're conjoined.
Very similar risks and some aspects, and yeah. But I mean, other than that, like that movie was insane just because of the production value.
Right.
You have to see it in a theater to really appreciate
What's it called again?
Free Solo.
That's the name of the movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Jimmy Chin and Alex Honnold and a bunch of other guys that
What do you think about the virtual reality?
I haven't dabbled too much in it.
And you might like the shit you could use it for might be a, I'm not gonna say game changer, but it's pretty gnarly the stuff they do.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool, like to get that experience for sure. And
Like
there's a lot of
if
people.
you were on the cliff, I mean, if I were to get to go to where you go,
well,
I
you
would
can
be pretty
go
baffled.
if you want.
No,
can
but
take
I
you.
don't want to go. I'm scared as fuck. I'm
Yeah,
like
and
the
I was
biggest-
too. Like
No,
I still am.
I am literally. I will freeze up. I can't. Not. So point is, that's one of the reasons for virtual reality, right? Is to go
Right.
places you don't want to go physically.
Right.
Like I don't. Some people don't want to go in the ocean. I'm not
Yeah.
one of them, but
Right.
I'm just trying to say a hiking one would be fucking rad, or like that one video of the GoPro of the guy running down the ridge.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
kinda
Killian
shit.
Jordan.
I don't fucking know, but he's
Yeah.
running down a fucking thing, and you're like,
No, that's distorted. That's
really?
like not nearly as
It's
bad.
not that bad. I don't care what you
It's still
say.
like kind of bad.
What you
It's
said.
still kind of bad, but you got to think like super view distorts the shit out of
the width and whatnot.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's like it's kind of like it's definitely like